Hey, I'm here to help with Standard 2.9, evaluating political candidates. So let's get started. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Virtual History 360. I'm Mr. Wade, and I love history. And I bet you do too. That's why you're watching this video. So be sure to check out my other videos in this playlist to find something that you will find helpful. And be sure to stick around until the end of the video to find out what happened to the last president who took office with no political or military experience before Trump. Now, to the political candidates, but first you need to know what a candidate is. Basically, it refers to anybody who is running for an office. They must be eligible, and eligibility is based on certain qualifications. Now, these vary greatly depending on the position and from the national level to the state level. For simplicity's sake, know that Florida requirements are different from national requirements. But how? Let's start with president and governor. Article 2 of the Constitution declares that the president must be 35 years old, be a natural-born citizen, and be a resident for 14 years. Florida, on the other hand, states the age requirement is only 30, and you only have to be a citizen, not natural-born, and you only have to be a resident for 7 years. So you can see that in Florida the requirements are similar, just slightly easier to obtain. But what about the requirements for Congress? Nationally, you do not need to be a natural-born citizen, just a citizen will do. 7 years a citizen for the House and 9 years a citizen for the Senate. In Florida, you have to be a citizen for any length of time and have lived in Florida for at least 2 years. Then there's the matter of age. Nationally, you have to be 25 for the House and 30 for the Senate. Now, of course, these are just minimums. As I filmed this in 2019, 21% of senators and 13.5% of representatives are 72 years old or older. Of course, there are younger members. The youngest member of the Senate is Josh Hawley, who is currently 39 years old. In the other house, the youngest member of the House of Representatives is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who is currently 29 years old. Now, when it comes to Florida, the age requirements for the state Senate and state House are the same. Both require you to be 21 years old. But really, it isn't all about age. Experience means a lot too. Ask yourself this: who seems like a better fit? Someone who has been through similar issues before, or someone who's flying blind? Wouldn't you rather trust someone who has navigated these problems before? That is why you hear candidates touting their previous positions as a way to demonstrate that they will be able to use their past to improve your future. So, if you are running for president or governor, you will be better off if you have held another governmental position before running. This could be an elected or an appointed position, such as Secretary of State. But it could also be a military experience as well. 31 presidents have served in the military. However, it should be pointed out that not all saw an active theater of war or even a high rank. James Buchanan enlisted as a private and fought during the War of 1812, and Lincoln only served in the Illinois State Militia for 3 months during the Black Hawk War. Another point on the resume is education. Having a big name school seems to boost your credibility. Just ask the 8 presidents who attended Harvard. But even with a good resume, it does not ensure your success. Just ask Buchanan. And to make it worse, you have to run against somebody. And if they already hold the office, you're at a disadvantage. This person is called an incumbent, and if they are doing a decent job, the odds are in their favor to retain the office. Now, take a look at this EOC review question. It is asking you to compare these two candidates, and clearly Maria Smith has more experience, so the idea is that she will receive more support. But no matter who you run against, you need a solid platform to stand on. No, not physically, but ideologically. The major political parties that you've learned about, the Democrats and the Republicans, publish a list of core beliefs to help you understand their stances on numerous topics and issues. This is a good starting point to see who you might agree with, but when it comes down to it, you need to hear it from the horse's mouth. That is where debates enter the picture. What do you say we hop in the jet and go visit the site of the September 12, 2019 Democratic debate in Houston, Texas? Now, the room may be empty now, but on debate night, the 10 remaining candidates for the Democratic nomination will go toe-to-toe with each other and espouse their views on the major issues facing the country. Now, since they're all of the same party, their views will be varying degrees of similar. As we near the presidential election, you will see the Democratic nominee debate President Trump, and then both party platforms will be discussed. But here's the catch. Debates are not the only way for candidates to spread their message. Turn on the TV and you are sure to see political ads. It costs an obscene amount of money to run an ad campaign, and you can go one of two directions. You can stay positive and focus on yourself, and what you've done, or go negative and try to make your opponent look bad. Just because you can see the ads on TV does not mean that these negative campaigns are anything new. Mudslinging is as old as politics itself. And if you'd like to learn more about how propaganda is used in political ads, check out this video featuring Mr. Haber. Now, about the president without government or military experience, I'm talking about none other than Herbert Hoover. He was the Secretary of Commerce under Harding and Coolidge, but his background was as an engineer and as a World War I relief organizer. Upon taking office in 1929, he said that he would continue the policies of the last 8 years and wipe poverty off the map. Of course, we know what happened in October, and Hoover spent the remainder of his term dealing with the Great Depression. Not saying he was totally to blame, but maybe somebody with more experience could have seen the warning signs and steered us in a better direction. Who knows? I know experience plays a part in who I support in a candidate. So leave a comment below telling me what you look for when supporting a political candidate. While you're there, go ahead and hit the like button for me, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to check out my other videos like the ones you see to the side over here. I have other civics and history videos as well as One Shot in 360, so check them out. For Virtual History 360, I'm Mr. Wade. See you next time.